Tell Doug thanks for writing the book. It's really been a godsend to me. I've lost close to 30 pounds in 4 weeks, and the forum is a great idea where people can get together and talk about issues they have and their experiences with the thing. I'm gonna make some cookies here, and I'm gonna make a video of it and post it on the website. Before I start, I'd like to show these oven mitts here. I use these to take hot things out of the oven or put things in a hot oven. And Beebs, that's for you. That way you won't burn your hands. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients if you count the water. One of the ingredients is just egg whites. I'm going to this instead of using eggs because just egg whites have 0 carbs. 0 carbs in just egg whites. The recipe calls for sugar. I screwed up when I started this and bought this crap, which is the same as Splenda from Kroger's. Less than 1 carb. To me, that means 1 carb per serving. 1 serving is 1 teaspoon. Way too much for me. So I found this at Kroger's. It is a calorie-free sweetener, Kroger brand, 0 carbs, 0 calories. I'm using that in this recipe. The other thing I'm using in the recipe for baking, cream of tartar, 0 carbs. And I'm using vanilla and butternut extract. 0 carbs, I checked it out online. And the 5th ingredient is just water, 1/2 cup of warm water. Okay, before I start mixing anything, I'm preheating my oven to 225, and I have lined a cookie sheet with parchment paper to bake the cookies on. Instead of spraying it with Pam spray, I'm lining it with this. So I'm gonna mix my mixture together, and after I mix it together, I'm going to put it on the parchment paper. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is get 1/2 cup of warm water. Okay, I've got my 1/2 cup of warm water. I'm going to pour in this bowl here. Okay, and then after I pour the water in, I'm going to take my egg whites, powdered egg whites, and I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of my egg whites into the warm water. I always put a little extra in just to make sure. I'd rather have a little too much than not enough. 3 egg whites into my warm water. And then I'm going to take a fork and I'm just going to break the powdery substance up into the water. I'm not mixing it, I'm just breaking up the chunks into the water, not really mixing it yet. I'm going to let that stand for 2 minutes. Okay, after the 2 minutes of the egg whites sitting in the warm water, I've got this utensil here, Beebs, is called a mixer. It's a hand mixer. It's got little controls there. You don't want to stick your fingers into the mixer things here, because if you do, you might get hurt. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this with the mixer on medium until it all dissolves in the water. Okay, as you look at that, you can see it's dissolved and it's got a kind of a creamy, frothy top. Once it gets to that point, I'm done mixing for the moment. Okay, once I mix that initial the egg whites in the water, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of my vanilla butternut flavored extract here. So 1 teaspoon. Add that in there. Done with that. And then after that, after I put the extract in there, I'm going to put 1/4 of a teaspoon of the cream of tartar in there. Cream of tartar, cream of tartar, whatever you want to call it. A quarter teaspoon of that. Sprinkle that in there. And then I'm going to add what is equal to equivalent of a half a cup of sugar. This with this sweetener, like I say, 0 carb, 0 calorie sweetener. A tablespoon is equal to a half a cup of sugar. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of this sweetener to this. Okay, after I add all the ingredients in there, I'm going to turn the hand mixer on high and whip it until it's like a whipped cream. I probably should have used a bigger bowl. I didn't know it was going to whip up this much, but it'll be alright. Okay, after I get it whipped up into this consistency here, I'm going to go over to my pan that is lined with parchment paper, and I'm going to dip it out onto the parchment paper. Okay, we've done all the mixing. We've got the mixture here dolloped out into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 cookies. Okay, I'm going to put them in my preheated oven, which is preheated at 225, and they're going to cook for 2 hours. Okay, I lost my cameraman here, but you see there, that's after 2 hours of cooking. I'm going to take them out of the oven to cool and then store them in a Tupperware bowl. Okay, so that's it. I lost my cameraman. So what I'm going to do with these cookies, or meringues as they're called, by the way, they have 0 carbs. Any one of these 4 products to dip them in, which also have 0 carbs. I have the Walden Farms chocolate dip, 0 carbs. The Walden Farms marshmallow dip, 0 carbs. The Walden Farms strawberry dip, 0 carbs. And last but not least, the Walden Farms blueberry dip, 0 carbs. So I'm going to use these cookies as a little treat for whenever during the day, and dip them into one of these dips. And by the way, they have other flavors of these dips, but they're really good. And hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. And oh, I don't want to leave you out, Sherry. Thanks for all the things you do on the forum also. And thanks everybody. See ya. Bye. Okay, there we have it. The next morning I had a meringue cookie with the blueberry fruit spread or dip on it, and a cup of coffee, and they really went well. Together. That's good. Alright, there you have it. Beebs, I want to win the book. Thanks, bye.